Good morning, my dear students. Hope all are doing good. Shall we start the class now?
Okay students, in previous class you have come to know about the corporate culture meaning, definition and its features, right? So, let's see some of the functions of corporate culture. See, if you have a good corporate culture, it helps to establish the important thing that underlies the organization. So, the organization will undergo some important things. They will have a good relationship with each other, both the employees and the management. Coming to the second point, helps to explain how organizational resources are used. So, the employees will come to know how the resources has to be utilized efficiently and effectively, and they will not waste the resources of the organization. Then creating what the organization and its members can expect from each other. So good culture means what? As you all know, good relationship with each other itself is a good culture, right? So when you have a good corporate culture, then in the organization both the members and the employees will come to know each other, and they will act according to the expectation of each other. Coming to the next one, determine where the power lies in the organization and how to use it. So here the employees and the management will know what is the power and responsibility given to them, and how should they utilize the power which is given to them. Next one, determines rewards and punishment for the employees. See, when you know the performance of the employees, then you will come to know who has to be rewarded and who has to be punished. Coming to the next one, promote unity among members. So here the employees will work together. Together means what? Having coordination with each other. So they will have unity with one another. They will work in teams. Coming to the next one, it helps its members to have touch with the outside environment, to know about whether they are aggressive, explosive, responsible and proactive. So here having a good corporate culture does not help only the management and employees to have coordination with each other, but they can also know how they have to behave with the outside environment, and they can also predict the customers in the outside environment and also the behavior of suppliers, whether they are aggressive, explosive, who is responsible and how they are proactive to the organization's sales and supplies. So these are the functions of corporate culture which is beneficial to the organization. Next, let's see the components of a corporate culture or a company culture. Generally, there will be 6 components of a company or a corporate culture. Coming to the first component, vision. See, vision or mission statement will start with a good culture of the environment. It acts as a guide to the company's values, and it provides for what purpose the organization has been started. So, good vision statement can even help to attract the customers, suppliers and stakeholders. So, the vision statement should be simple and it should help the organization to excel and to be competitive. Coming to the next one, values. See, the company's values are the core of its culture. If the company has a good culture, good values which are followed, then the behavior and mindsets of the employees also will help to achieve the vision of the organization. So, the values should be communicated to all employees and involve them to serve the customers and treat the colleagues in a professional standard way. That shows the standard value of the organization. Coming to the next one, practices. See, the values and vision as much as important, in the same way the practices which is followed in the organization is very very important. We have to treat people are our greatest asset, that is employees are the greatest asset in the organization. Students, you can know, like when you are preparing a balance sheet, you show the fixed asset, you show the current assets, cash, everything. But are you showing the employees in your balance sheet? No, right? But employees also are the assets of the organization. So, some organization will give more importance to the employees by providing all the facilities such as transportation, food, canteen, break hours, leave, then medical benefits, all type of benefits will be given. That means they give importance not only to the profit and production but also to the employees. So they will have a best practice where people are the greatest asset of the organization. So, when you give such importance, definitely they will also work for the achievement of organization goals. So, the company should have the best practices for the employees in the organization. Coming to the next one, people. See, no company can build a good culture without the people, right? So, you have to prepare a cultural values which will suit for the employees in the organization. So, the greatest firms in the world also have some of the most stringent recruiting policies. So, that should not happen. Have a flexible recruitment policy, selection policy, be flexible to the people, that is employees, give them freedom to work, give them freedom to come out with their suggestions and ideas, have a get together with the employees, give some importance to the employees in the organization, take their views, then they will also feel that we are a part of the organization. Next point is narrative. See, narrative means describing the company's policies, procedures, rules, regulations, vision, mission, objectives, goals. All these are done by the top management of the organization. Many times the employees will not know what is the final goal of the organization or what are their policies and procedures. Whatever the work which you give on a daily basis, they keep on working. That should not happen. Please narrate. So the company should narrate what is the policies and procedure. They have to describe it to the employees. When the employees are clear about the organization culture, then it will help them to identify, shape and design and be flexible to achieve the organization's goals. The next point is place. As you all know, place also matters a lot. In which city, in which country your company is located. What is the place? Whether the geography, architecture, the design will have a direct impact on the behavior of the people in a workplace. Many times what happens, the place will shape the culture of the organization. So, you should have a good atmosphere, good place for the working of the employees in the organization. Design the organization structure in such a way that when they are working in your organization, they should feel that they should stay there for some more time. Whether it is the furnishing you are providing to them, the flexibility, the freedom to walk in around, the place to relax, the chairs design, the woodwork, all these matters a lot. So the architecture and aesthetic design will have an impact, direct impact on the values and behaviors of the people in the workplace. Okay students, I hope all the points are clear. Just understand the functions and components of corporate culture which we have discussed in today's class, and the notes will be sent in the next class. Okay, please maintain the notes all of you very shortly. Your classes are beginning, right? All of you know that. So maintain the notes and get it to the college. Okay, thank you everyone.